Red Wings and the Calgary Flames, their second of 3 regular season meetings. As Marty mentioned at the top of the telecast, the Red Wings lost the first one out in Calgary early October. As you look at Mike Vernon with his 18 wins and his league best 2.78 goals against average. And starting for the Detroit Red Wings will be Greg Steffen, coming off his 41 save performance in that 8-4 victory at Philadelphia. You see his numbers, that save percentage up just under 89% as well. Steffen has been red hot. 7 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties in his last 11 decisions. He has really come on since returning from that back injury that kept him out of a few games late December. As we're underway here, the 2 division leaders in the Campbell Conference, the Red Wings from the north and the Flames from the Smythe. Here is McLean up the right side. Lets a shot go that was blocked by McCowan. For the Calgary Flames, who have been relatively free of any key injuries this year, Rick Natras, who is one of 6 former St. Louis Blues playing for that man, Terry Crisp, and Gary Roberts, who did not play in Buffalo the other night. Also not dressed here tonight in Detroit. Sunday night, you look at the road record of the Flames and the home record of the Red Wings.
You know, they've announced today the Wales Conference starters. Mario Lemieux, obvious leader in the Wales at center. Naslund of the Canadians, Cam Neely of the Bruins are the wingers. Paul Coffey and Raymond Bourque with an injured knee and all will start at defense. Sean Burke as the goaltender.
Not a bad lineup.
And it'll be interesting to see with Yzerman's performance whether he gets first shot.
Here's a shot and a score right from the slot. I believe it was Colin Patterson who reached down, and Steffen was screened.
At 3 or 4 pops at it, Dave. Nobody ran into him and knocked him on his rear end. There you see the puck laying right there. It deflected and went through Steffen's legs. See, Gilmore makes the play behind the net right there. And it's bouncing around like a hot potato in front. 1 swipe at it, 2 swipes at it, and 3 goes off of Mullen.
For a 2-on-1 opportunity. There's the best mustache in the National Hockey League. You know, we have the 2 best mustaches here tonight with Lanny McDonald and Paul McLean. McDonald not the kind of numbers that he would have had at this point in the season earlier in his career. Mick back into the Red Wing zone. Huda bangs it up the boards. Burr looks up the left side. King met by Ramage.
Ooh, nice move there.
Comes back the late man Yzerman. Now holds up on Patterson. Nice move by Yzerman. Lets the shot go and a save. Vernon.
Penalty. Calgary that was out to lunch. It is number 11 Patterson to the left of your screen right there. And Yzerman just turned him inside out. Vernon, though, could see the shot, the slap shot by Yzerman all the way, and turned it aside.
Turn it back the other way. Pass just out of the reach of Klima, but he picks it up on the other side of the Calgary player. Klima lets the shot go through a screen. Rebound is there, and Vernon kept it out. Oates has it now. Comes to Sharples, and he broke his stick on it. And back come the Flames, 2 against 2, but one of them, Sharples, doesn't have a stick. Gilmore's pass deflected just wide by Patterson. Happened for you. 29th of the season for Mullen, well on his way to another 40-goal season.
Neuendijk with 31. He was off to a bit of a slow start, but boy, that kid got a pretty touch around the net.
Well, he had 5 last Wednesday against Winnipeg, and
yeah,
that'll get your totals up in a hurry.
No kidding.
Dumps it in deep, looking for Yzerman behind the net. Couldn't control it. And Patterson able to clear. Here come the Flames. 2 Red Wings are back. That's Gilmore going up the right side. Cuts to the middle. Left of the shot. He scores! Steffen was screened by O'Connell, and a rather soft shot beats Greg Steffen at the 34-second mark of the second period, and it's 2-0. Lanny McDonald, and Norwood got in the way of that one. McDonald again just rolls it in front, tipped away by Steffen, right to Merzen, lets the shot go, they score! Deflected in, it may have been Joel Otto, and the Calgary Flames lead 3-0, and that is a big margin against any club. Still a lot of hockey left. We've only played 2 minutes of the second period, Mick, but that's a monumental lead against the best defensive team.
The Red Wings were not communicating as well as they should be. And Steffen, who was basically alone when the puck came in front, he chopped it against the boards. It went right to the defenseman. And I think he was beaten cleanly right from the point.
Joel Otto.
Joel Otto, they're giving credit.
29.
And number 9, Lanny McDonald.
Merzen and McDonald will draw the assist. Flames coming back now. Here is Mark Hunter just inside the line. He is checked, and it's out center ice. McCowan chasing after it. Kosar on him. Here's a steal. Kosar scores! Big break there for the Wings, and they capitalize.
Up over top of Mike Vernon to make it 3-1. So Koster a bit like Gilmore, going to Vernon's right, and he drew Vernon over there. He flipped it back to where he came from, and that's a very difficult save for a goaltender to make. He's got to
try to send it to Graves in front. You see Demers doing some little different thinking here with his lines because his team is trailing. Here comes McCrimmon on the loose puck. Let's go. The shot, save, rebound. It's stopped, and there's Patterson. He scores.
That's the goal you didn't want to give back to him right there. But the thing popped loose. It was a double rebound to McCrimmon, and it looked like O'Connell. He thought he had it, as did Steffen, but it was out to O'Connell's right, and there was number 11 Patterson, his second of the night, 9th of the year. Well, I should say his first, because he didn't get credit for that first one after Mullen. So
he's got 2 assists to go along with the goal.
Got that one back. Koster drilled somebody behind the net. They're down.
Might be Neuendijk back there. Oh, here's Neuendijk out along the boards.
Big Tim Hunter. Here we go. Ramage grabs King, is it, from behind?
Yep. Well, the linesmen are right there to break them up.
At least with a stick. And now Poplinski comes over. Probert gives him a pop. And here goes Koster
and Merzen.
And Merzen. And he's beating Merzen up at the blue line, and the Flames jump in and grab Koster. Here it goes. You're going to have game misconduct here without question. It's all broken loose. And go from there.
Half a minute left in the 2-man advantage for the Calgary Flames. Suter gains the zone. Head up all the time. Gets it back from McInnes. In deep now it goes to Mullen. Back to Suter. Lines up. Blasts it. He scores! Right along the ice. I don't know whether one of the Calgary players in front touched it, but the Red Wings trail 5-1. Well, at home the first game back. Poplinski took a bump. Got it back to McInnes. McInnes up the right wing side. Does not connect with Lanny McDonald. Oates sends it across for Barr. Tries to knock it down. McDonald couldn't control. Here's Klima.
Penalty there. Lanny McDonald with his hands up in the air. Well, Paul Stewart may have given the Wings their opportunity to jump into this game. When we come back, Red Wing power play.
Corner. Probert tried to center. It's picked off by McCowan. Flames moving up the ice. They have a 2-on-1 here. It goes to Gilmore. Has Neuendijk with him. Neuendijk shot. He scores! A short-handed goal by Joe Neuendijk as Gilmore and Neuendijk work the 2-on-1 to perfection.
Neuendijk doesn't waste any time in letting it go either. There's not much Steffen can do on this thing. They break out. They're really a 3-on-1. Neuendijk, that's the thing to do. Give it up to the other guy who's ahead of you and then get back in for a pass back. Look at that. One times it. Steffen has absolutely no chance in the play. Perfect shot by Neuendijk. He's got a great set of hands and a good touch around the net. Gilmore knows exactly what he wants to do. He loves to get assists. Doug Gilmore does. And it's 6-1 Flames as they just keep on rolling.
Lead, which is now up to 6-1, and after the 6th goal scored by Neuendijk shortly after that, Jacques Demers just deciding to give Steffen a break. 13:03 to go. We've got a delay here. I'm not sure if we have a broken piece of glass or what's going on, but we'll take a timeout. Wings trail by 5. They find him there. Mullen takes a look in deep now. Mark Hunter tried to stuff it in front for Gilmore. Couldn't get it through. Back to the point, Suter. Now for McInnes. Takes a look. He sends it across. Quick shot. They score. They set up Joey Mullen.
What a play.
What they were looking for.
McInnes threaded the needle with that pass to Mullen. But, you know, you're talking about Hunter. Dave, does not look like the same hockey player at all right now that he was in St. Louis. And there has been some trade talks out of Calgary that Mark Hunter could be available. Look at this, McInnes. See him look right there? And he just, bang, he slammed it over there. Wrist shot pass, and Joey Mullen just one-timed it in behind Glenn Hanlon, who didn't have any chance at all in the play. McInnes took a look, put the head up, and he put it through Yzerman in front of Chason, and bang. Look out, Otto going to take into King. And Otto's a big, tough kid, boy. Good Kinger just does not pick his spots, I'm going to tell you. And look at him going to town on Otto. That right hand loose, and now Otto with a few, but Chris King doesn't care who it is, boy. He just seems to love mixing it up. Look at that big reach. You see the guy with that reach, much like Probert. Look at King now trying to get the sweater, and he's got it up over Otto's head.
Out to the line, Merzen. Wrist shot did not get through. And the buzzer sounds to end this hockey game. The Flames took control in the first 3 minutes of the second period, and they never looked back. They win it by a score of 7-1. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.